Next, what we have is the Bertrand's model of oligopoly. Again, an important question for the paper. So, what does it mean? Bertrand's model was developed by Joseph Bertrand. Again, kind of not relevant for the paper, but yeah. So, what does it explain? It explains how firms in an oligopoly compete by setting prices instead of quantities. ठीक है? Carnot में क्या हो रहा था? If you don't know, is that in Carnot's model of oligopoly, they set output, and in Bertrand's model of oligopoly, they set prices. ठीक है? Also, by the way, this model was developed in 1883, so it's like very old. ठीक है? Literally very old. Old is an understatement though, but yeah, never mind. Consumers purchase from the firm offering the lowest price. ठीक है? So the price is the main competitive tool. ठीक है? तो consumers क्या करते हैं? जो customers होते हैं, they purchase from the firm expecting or offering the lowest price. तो यहाँ पे prices बहुत matter करते हैं. बहुत matter नहीं, ये basically main competitive tool है. ठीक है? The basis of this entire model is prices. ठीक है? Whereas the basis of the Carnot's model was the amount of output that is generated from each firm. अब market structure क्या है? So the model applies to oligopolies. ठीक है? Basically two firms जिसको duopoly बोलेंगे. Okay, if there are multiple firms, it is called an oligopoly. If it is two firms, then it is a duopoly. Then firms produce homogeneous products, that is identical products, and since goods are perfect substitutes, customers always choose the cheaper option. है ना? अब तुम जाओगे कहीं कोई जगह पे, तो तुम ऑब्वियसली जहाँ पे तुम्हें कम प्राइस मिल रही है फॉर द सेम प्रोडक्ट वही खरीदोगे, राइट? सो दिस लीड्स टू एन intense price competition. There's some assumptions in the model. The first one is that the firms produce identical products. ठीक है? प्रोडक्ट सेम होना चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं कि अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट का देख रहे हो. ठीक है? वो कैसे कंपेयर करेंगे? एक जगह फोन बिक रहा है, एक जगह 5 रुपए का चिप्स बिक रहा है, तो थोड़ी तुम बोलोगे कि ये सस्ता मिल रहा है ये लूंगा, राइट? फोन चाहिए तो फोन ही खरीदोगे. So for there has to be identical products. Second is that firms should set their prices simultaneously. ठीक है? एक assumption है ये that prices simultaneously ही लगते हैं. So consumers must have perfect price information. ठीक है? पता होना चाहिए कि क्या चालू है. ठीक है? In the market in terms of prices. Then firms face no capacity constraints and can meet full demand. And the marginal cost is constant and known to competitors. ठीक है? Competitors know the prices. ठीक है? The marginal cost constant and competitors को भी पता है, and there is no capacity constraint, मतलब full demand हम meet कर सकते हैं of the consumers in the market. ठीक है? All of these are main assumptions. Then we have a strategic variable which is price. Price is the only strategic decision. ठीक है? In this case, if one firm sets a lower price, then it captures the entire market, right? Rivals must respond by cutting prices, and this creates a price war. Reaction of firms. So each firm will keep slightly undercutting the other to win the market, right? But this continues until the market reaches a marginal cost. मतलब इससे कम नहीं जा सकते. So below MC, below marginal cost, the firm will face a loss. So it should stop lowering its prices. ठीक है? Marginal cost के अंदर कोई भी नहीं जाएगा. Then we have a concept called the Bertrand equilibrium. So Bertrand equilibrium क्या बोलता है? जब price is equals to marginal cost, मतलब एक minimum value हम reach कर चुके हैं. So at this stage, no firm can profit by by changing their prices. If the price rises, then they lose customers. But if their prices fall, उनको होगा loss, right? So this is called a Bertrand-Nash equilibrium. Then what is the outcome of this model? So outcome of this model is that even with only two firms, result क्या होता है? It becomes similar to a perfect competition. Perfect competition is like another strategy. ठीक है? So price should be equals to the marginal cost. Firm earns zero economic profit and consumers benefit from very low prices. ठीक है? परफेक्ट कंपटीशन में ये तीन चीजें होती है. तो बेसिकली कि अगर दो फर्म रहेंगे तो एक रिजल्ट क्या होगा? ये कंडीशन या सिनेरियो की इक्वल हो जाएगा. नाउ बर्ट्रैंड और कॉर्नोट के बीच में क्या फर्क है हम ये देखते हैं. ठीक है? सो बर्ट्रैंड वर्सेस कॉर्नोट. सो बेसिकली फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल प्राइस पे बर्टन डिपेंड करता है. कॉर्नोट डिपेंड्स ऑन क्वांटिटी. ठीक है? देन प्राइस आउटकम क्या होगा? बर्टन में मार्जिनल कॉस्ट लो होना चाहिए, एंड इन कॉर्नोट मार्जिनल कॉस्ट हाई होनी चाहिए। Profit outcome in Bertrand is zero profit and Connaught is positive profit. And then market aggression. In Bertrand it's very aggressive and in Connaught it is less aggressive. Okay, so Bertrand is basically showing us that price competition is more intense than quantity competition. Okay, like we saw, very aggressive in Bertrand and less aggressive in Connaught. What are the limitations of this model? The limitations of this model is basically कि कोई capacity constraint है ही नहीं. One, products are perfectly identical. ठीक है, they have to be identical. And then no brand loyalty or differentiation. जहाँ सस्ता मिल रहा है उधर जा रहा है. There is no brand loyalty over here. Okay. Then what is the significance? So despite these limitations, Bertrand's model is very important. Why? Because it shows the power of price competition. Second, it helps pricing behavior in oligopolistic industries. And third, that forms it forms the base for advanced models with differentiation and capacity limits. ठीक है, तो basically base बनता है जो current models या फिर more advanced models है with differentiation and capacity limits. ठीक है, so that was the video.